guys, thank you for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. You are either checking this out because you are interested in competing, you're in an off season, you're in an on season, you're questioning your process, you're really just trying to figure everything out. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of how, getting ready for a stage is, it's our journey, it's our prep. And so this is my personal prep diary, vlog, whatever you want to call it. So I am competing March 30th. So I am about just shy of 11 weeks out, like 12 in a few days. And I have really gone down a rabbit hole these last few weeks, probably because I'm snowed in here in Kansas City. And, I've had some time and I was, just kind of curious the past few weeks, like, the last few years when I've competed and I've gotten ready for stage, I have, done my diet, my training, I've had off seasons, I've been injured, what did I look like before? And that sounds kind of silly because you feel like you always remember, like your prep or you remember this or that, but you really, really don't until you look back at it. So I wanted to kind of talk about how I trained in like a non-existent off season. I wouldn't even call it that. I just didn't do anything. I just went to the gym because it was fun. I ate whatever, and then I decided to start a prep at the end of 2021, the fall of 2021 for the season of 2022. And kind of just show my pictures and kind of how my progress went and how everything is going now and how different it is. So, let me show you guys. So, I decided to compete in the spring of 2022. So, I submitted my check-in photos in October 2021. I pulled the trigger. I hired my coach. I was really excited. I was coming out of just eating, drinking, just whatever. I was just being an average person per se. I still went to the gym. I liked working out, but I didn't have a schedule. I didn't have a regimen. I didn't do anything. I just wung it, right? So when I first started and I did my first check-in photos of October 2021, this was my very first check-in photo. So as you see, I am very fluffy, very overweight, stretch marks everywhere, just raw, right? So this was my very first check-in photo of 2021. I immediately, got a workout plan. I got a cardio protocol. I got a nutrition plan, and I listened to my coach. I trusted the process. I was totally fine with the process. I liked the food. It was a very normal prep, diet, lean protein, veggies, carbs, healthy fats, a good amount of cardio. There was nothing insane about it per se. It was just a very strict regimen of going to the gym, doing your stuff, right? So I did that, and just to give you some comparison, we'll do this. So again, this was the start of 2021. Sorry if I mix up the days. I'm trying here. So I did that. I followed everything. I'm a very strict prepper per se. So I really don't cheat. Once I commit to it, I look at it like it's an investment in myself. I invest in my family's money. I'm investing my time. So I really don't cheat on my diet per se. And I really don't try to deviate too much. If I have a question about something, I'll message my coach hey, I'm craving chocolates. Can I have a chocolate rice cake instead of this or that? Stuff like that. But I don't go too crazy with it. I stay really pretty disciplined. Through this prep, though, what is really important is that I did not lift really heavy. I still wasn't as comfortable. I lifted weights, but it was nothing too crazy. But I still lifted weights and had resistance training, but I didn't really challenge myself or push the intensity. So about 11 weeks out from my 2022 show, was how I looked, which is phenomenal. I was extremely happy with my package. I was extremely happy with everything. So this is what it looked like in 11 weeks out from 2022. And then everything really was smooth. Like I said, I just followed what I was supposed to. I trusted the process. I did everything. My body reacted just fine. I had no issues, no hiccups. Peak week of my April show, this is what I look like in my suit and everything. Again, this is peak week, so I have I just woke up out of bed, so I have, I cut off my face there. I was really exhausted. But, the process was fine. The process was great. I will tell you throughout this, I never got my hormones checked. I just kind of followed my protocols of weight training, eating, all of that kind of stuff. And I was happy. Like, I was fine. So from here, this, again, April 2022, I competed twice, and then it was time to go into an off season. This was kind of different for me because I had never gone into like a full off season where my coach was like, you need to lift heavier, which I immediately started doing and pushing my intensity. I upped all my weights. I actually didn't even realize how strong I was until I did that. I knew that I was going to take several months, 9 months off. I was going to try to hit nationals this year of 2022. And I ended up herniating my disc. So I ended up having to take a lot of lower body rest days. I wasn't able to go to the gym. I did continue to lift upper body and do different cardio things I could do until my hip got fixed. So I took the rest of 2022 off. And then going into 2023, I looked at my hormones. I looked at a lot of different stuff. I talked to my coach, and it was time to just take, more time off. Like, I talked about it. We thought about competing again, but I really enjoyed lifting heavier. I followed a very good lifting regimen. I wanted to have more free time per se. I was traveling outside of the country. I had just started coaching other women. knew I was going on different trips. My son's soccer was a lot last year because it's 2024 now. So I knew my body and brain just was not there. It wasn't. But it was there knowing that I would do it eventually, which I feel like that is key. Because I knew I was going to do it, I needed to prepare for that moment, right? So I followed my lifting protocol. I still chose clean eating, healthy fats, healthy veggies. I had, flexible eating. Like I said, I traveled outside the country. I made sure to still eat plenty of protein shakes, go to the gym. I told my coach that this is what we were going to, what I wanted to do. She was fully on board. She was 100% for it. And we did that. And then through the process, I got my hormones checked. Everything worked well. Everything was very optimal. Everything was going super good. So when I came back from Spain, came back from Florida, I knew it was time. I was ready. I was like, this is it. I knew. So my coach knew too. I wanted to compete this upcoming spring, 2024. So I started working with her again in the beginning of September of this year. And so this is something I love. So if you look, this is when I started in 2021. This is when I started in 22. So I'll put this like this. Just how dramatically different like my posture is, my happiness, my glow. I have lines. You can already see glutes coming through, like my calves. Did I put on more body fat than I wanted? Absolutely. But did I accomplish quite a bit and was mentally happy and hormonally happy and really excited? Absolutely. I was so amped. Do I know what's going to happen? Absolutely not. We never do in our process, right? So that's why you have to trust your coach. You have to do your own research too. You have to know where your hormones are, know how you're lifting, know how you're feeling. It's your responsibility at the end of the day. Your coach is there to help you and get you through there and with your food, with your check-ins and get you to the stage. But if you're not holding yourself accountable and you're not doing your own self-regulation, then your coach can only do so much. So again, this is where I started this year, and this is another thing I found so crazy going down my rabbit hole and kind of why I wanted to make this video this week. So you look at where you started, right? And then I follow, my eating. I follow my protocol. I notice how my cardio is lighter. I'm able to eat a lot more. My hormones are great. So then I look at, um, this is fun, right? I have to find all this. So if you look at, again, I was 11 weeks out here. This is 11 weeks out from 2022. And again, coming from no off season, just doing my, protocol. And then this is now. I love my Toxic Angel suit. If you're looking for a good posing suit, this is a Toxic Angel posing suit, and it's little coffees, super cute. So this is me at 12 weeks out. So this was my check-in this Monday. And it's so dramatically different. Like, you can see the lines are different. You can see my shoulders are different. You look at my, ab separation is different, posing. Just the overall structure is so different. And I look at it thinking like, okay, well, how did I create that, right? And that was following, a very strict, I still followed a strict like lifting protocol, even when I took an off season and wasn't necessarily doing exactly what my diet would have wanted me to be 100% perfect and not put on that extra body fat. Did I still put on that extra body fat? Yes. Is it going to hurt me in the end? I will never know. But what I do know is going to the gym, keeping mental clarity, keeping my hormones regulated, focusing on these things and not thinking of binge eating and being over strict and doing all of these yo-yo things and not being able to sustain, my off season, my family time, it makes a huge difference. And really, ladies, if you're watching this and you're questioning your process, just take a deep breath and maybe look at where you started. Look at where you came from. Look at, how far you've come. And take a minute and be like, okay, like, look at how my tie-ins look at how my quads look at how my shoulders look compared to where you started. And it gives you, the sense of joy because like you've done so much work. And do you know where you're going to end up? No, because we wait for us to be on stage, peak week and whatnot will happen. But it can be important to have a really, really good off season, a really good lifting season, and still be able to enjoy food, enjoy family, enjoy life. Don't feel like you have to binge eat. Don't feel like you have to be so strict that it kind of turns into like almost an eating disorder, because then your hormones can get really messed up. And if your hormones are messed up, then you're going to have trouble keeping lean mass. You're going to have trouble keeping, body fat off. You're going to have trouble, just regulating your sleep, which is going to help, which is going to hurt your growth. So all of this stuff, kind of correlates. But I just wanted to share this on my vlog this week, or diary, whatever these things are called, YouTube channel, just because to show women that, like, enjoy the process, enjoy the progress as well. And if you, for some reason, are questioning, like, if you're doing something right or wrong, talk to your coach. Just ask your coach about it. Ask your coach why you're doing so little cardio, why you're doing so much cardio, why are you eating this little amount of food or this much food or this volume or this type of food even, so, and a good coach will explain in detail why, or what is going to, the goal, what is going to happen, or the progress or the process. And if they don't, then that kind of is a red flag, and you really want to, I don't want to say be dramatic about it, but really just dig at it. Like, why are you eating this much food? And why can we not do this? Why can you do that? And just like ask your questions. And if your coach gives you a really good answer, then like, that's part of prep. It's not going to be easy. The sport is not easy. The sport is hard. And there are times where you will be hungry and you will be tired and sometimes you won't feel the greatest. Sometimes you'll be really, really exhausted and you'll want to rest and take naps. And that's kind of like the name of the game. Name another professional sport where, you look at these other sports and they're training several hours a day. We go to the gym for an hour and a half. We do our cardio, but our job is mainly our food. And if you have questions about your food, again, that's where you ask your coach and you get clarity and you learn your body and you listen to your body and you listen to your stomach. If you guys have any questions at all about my process, my progress, always feel free to reach out to me. And if you have questions about anything or just like your own journey and want to share and want somebody to talk to, just always feel free to reach out to me. You can follow me on any of my social medias. I also host a podcast with Jillian called Bikinis After Babies. And of course, we talk about all sorts of different stuff, and we interview all sorts of different people who've had kids or functional medicine, and really just talk about like the sport of competing and also like how to live that type of lifestyle while you're like taking care of a family. So always feel free to listen in and then message me if you have any questions. But I hope this helps you, or this makes you ask questions and you learn and you grow. But yeah, until next time.